Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be predicting the scores of week 16 of this 2021-2022 Premier League season. Now, as you may noticed, I'm actually on my own this evening. Nathan unfortunately isn't well enough to record with me this evening, but he has left me his predictions for this coming game week. And if any of you saw the World of Football podcast on Monday evening on the Dugout Football channel, then you'll see he actually deteriorated in that video. So we all wish Nathan a return to health, and we'll see him in the next video, I'm sure. But looking at last week's results, which was week 15, top scorer last week with 19.5 points and four perfect scores was Red Matt 215. Congratulations on that score, Matt. Absolutely fantastic. Nathan also had a pretty good score himself, 14.5 points with 3 perfect scores, and myself absolutely terrible, just the 5.5 points for the week and no perfect scores. So how does that affect the overall leaderboard? Well, top of the shop is Hafiz Emran on 143.5 points, and also in first position, or that's actually second position there, is Maka03 also on 143.5 points. And in third place we've got Yao from VP. So congratulations to you all, you guys. Let's move on, crack on, make some predictions for week 16. So first up on Friday evening, live on Sky Sports at 8 o'clock, we've got two newly promoted clubs of Brentford the Bees coming up against the Hornets of Watford. Now, last season in the Championship, this actually finished 2-0 to the Bees at home, and in the return fixture later in the season it ended up all square. Currently in the table, Brentford are in 13th position, just the one win in their last 6, and Watford just above the relegation zone in 17th position, also with just the one win in their last 6 fixtures. This one's going to be a very tight affair, but Brentford playing a lot better than they had when they had that real dip of form. Only one defeat now in their last 4 matches, and they got a 2-2 draw away against Leeds last time out, and prior to that it was a 2-0 defeat against Spurs. So in this one, I think it'll be tight. Watford can blow hot and cold, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Brentford. Nathan, he seems to think this one's going to end up as a draw, so he's gone for a 1-1. We move then on to the Saturday fixtures and the lunchtime match between Manchester City against Wolves. Man City currently on top of the table. I think they lost in Europe last night, didn't they? But they've got through to the knockout stages of the Champions League anyway. Wolves, just outside European places for this season, narrowly losing at home against Liverpool. It was Divock Origi, wasn't it, with a last minute winner in injury time. Unlucky there, Wolves. Man City though, 5 wins on the bounce at the top of the table. Last time out, a comprehensive away victory against Watford, and prior to that was a win against Aston Villa. I think this is going to be, it's probably a straightforward win to Man City. I don't think Phil Foden is going to be available for this one. I think he's got something like a 25% chance of playing in this fixture. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Citizens. And Nathan agrees. However, he thinks that Wolves are going to get a goal in this match, and he's gone for Man City 3, Wolves 1. Next up, we come to the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, where we've got Arsenal coming up against Southampton. Now, Arsenal defeated by Everton, of all teams, last time out. They were on a terrible run, weren't they, the Toffees? But they ended up winning that match 2-1, didn't they? The Toffees against Arsenal with Damari Griggle. Southampton languishing in 16th position, haven't won now in their last 4 matches. It was a 1-1 draw against South Coast rivals Brighton in the last match at home, and prior to that they drew 2-2 against Leicester City, who are not in the best of forms themselves, the Foxes. So where do I see this one going? Aubameyang. There's sort of a bit of controversy down with him, isn't there? I think he was dropped in their last match. So I think the Gunners at home are a little bit stronger than they are on the road. So I can see them winning this one 2-1 in a very tight match. And Nathan agrees. He's actually gone for 2-1 home win to Arsenal in this one as well. Moving on to the next fixture, we've got Chelsea coming up against Leeds United. Chelsea currently in third position, only 3 wins now in their last 6 matches. Defeated at home, away against West Ham last 2 out, 3-2 last time out in a real, probably the game of the weekend last week, wasn't it? Leeds pulling themselves clear of the relegation zone. They're now 6 points above the that drop zone, last space currently occupied by Burnley. So they've had, in the last 3 matches, they've had 2 draws and a win. That win was at home against Crystal Palace, and the draws were away against Brighton and at home against Brentford. Leeds going to London though, can't see them getting much change about against Chelsea. Chelsea played earlier this evening against Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League, and they conceded late on and it ended at 3-3. Don't think they'll concede that many goals against Leeds though, and I can see this one ending up 3-1. And Timo Werner's back on the score sheet, as was Lukaku. And Nathan for this fixture has gone for a 2-0 home win to Chelsea. Next we've got Liverpool coming up against Aston Villa. Already mentioned that Liverpool have got that late win against Wolves, and Aston Villa, since Steven Gerrard came in charge, have recorded, 3 wins out of their last 4 fixtures. A very good home win against Leicester last time out. So Steven Gerrard coming up against Jurgen Klopp. Interesting one this, but I think Liverpool at home in front of their own fans are going to be up for this one, especially with Gerrard as the opposition manager. Aston Villa are probably going to give a very good account themselves, but I think the Reds will win this one 2-0. And Nathan agrees. He's gone for a 2-1 victory to Liverpool in this one. Next we've got the 5:30 kick-off between Norwich and Manchester United. This one is live on Sky at 5:30. Norwich still bottom of the table, equal though on points with Newcastle, and Burnley is just their they've only scored 8 goals this season. They really need to start scoring some goals. Manchester United, with a new manager in charge now, recording back-to-back wins, both at home though against Arsenal and Crystal Palace. I fully expect Manchester United to go away against Norwich there at Carrow Road, and I've gone for a 2-0 away victory. And Nathan, this is bemusing from Nathan. Normally he tends to bet against or predict against Manchester United, but he's actually gone for Norwich 0, Manchester United 4. Wow. We move on to the Sunday fixtures, where we've got, first up at 2 o'clock, we've got Brighton coming up against Spurs. Apparently there's a little bit of the demonetised virus running around the Spurs camp. I know there's a few of the coaches have come down with it. I'm not too sure player-wise, but I think the likes of Reguilon is possibly out for this fixture. Brighton, after a very bright start to the season, haven't now won in their last 6 matches, probably even longer than that, but they've recorded 3 draws back to back, at home against Leeds and away against West Ham and Southampton, even though they were fairly decent results. Coming up against the Spurs side now, Conte in charge, recording 3 back-to-back victories, all at home though, against Leeds, Brentford and Norwich, teams at the lower end of the table. Brighton could cause Spurs a little bit of difficulty in this one, but I think ultimately Spurs will win, and I've gone for a narrow 1-0 away win to Spurs. And Nathan has also gone for a narrow away win, same scoreline, 1-0. We move on now to Burnley coming up against West Ham. Burnley, third from bottom, on just the 10 points, and West Ham last week coming out away with that fantastic home win against Chelsea. Prior to that it was a home draw against Brighton, and before that it was back-to-back defeats away against Man City and Wolves. So they've turned their form around now, West Ham, you would think, and going away to Burnley, who've had trouble scoring themselves, only averaging 1 goal per game. So I think West Ham will just nick this one. A tough place to go though, Turf Moor. I'm going to go for a Hammers away victory 2-1. And Nathan has also gone for a 2-1 away victory to West Ham in this one. The penultimate game of the weekend sees Leicester City taking on Newcastle. This is at 2 o'clock live on Sky. Newcastle now, with Eddie Howe in charge, haven't lost for 3 matches, isn't it? It's only 1 defeat in the last 5. Leicester, though, they're in all sorts of disarray, you could say, with the form that they've had in the past season or 2. Losing last time out away against Aston Villa, and they've only won once in the last 6, and that was home against Watford. So, coming up against Newcastle's side, fortune's turning around, but I fancy Leicester in this one. 2-1 to the Foxes, just. And Nathan agrees, he's gone exactly the same as me again. He's gone for a home victory to Leicester, 2-1. And the final fixture of the weekend is Crystal Palace taking on Everton. This takes place at 4:30 on Sky in front of the live TV cameras. Palace, after having a very, very good run, have now suffered defeat 3 times on the trot, losing last time out against Manchester United 1-0. Prior to that, it was a 1-0 defeat away against Leeds, and prior to that, it was a home defeat against Aston Villa. They have been coming up against new managers in Villa and Manchester United. Everton, terrible run before they defeated Arsenal in that late win. Going to sit on the fence with this one. I think it's going to be Desmond's. I'm going to go for Palace 2, Everton 2. And Nathan has actually gone for a home victory to Crystal Palace in this one. He thinks they're going to run away with this one 2-0. And speaking to him earlier, when I said, God, that's a bit of a shock result, he said, nah, Everton are rubbish at the moment. Look at their manager. Benitez is in all sorts of trouble. So we'll go with that. So that concludes our predictions for week 16 of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. And if you'd like to play along at home, remember, I'm not totaling up the scores this week from the comment section, even though I'd love you to leave your predictions in the comment section. If you head over to superbrew.com, there's the link, there's the code if you're not already a member. I think there's 123 or 125 of us playing along at the moment. It's totally free to join. See if you can move up that table, get above myself and Nathan, and see if you can get to the top of the tree. Now, next week there are midweek fixtures on Tuesday, Wednesday, and I believe Thursday as well. So we're going to be bringing out another video on Sunday evening or Monday. So make sure you look out for that. Just put the bell notification on for my videos, and you won't miss any future videos. But for now, unfortunately, Ethan hasn't been with us, but he should be back for the next video, as he's assured me. For now, I'll bid you all farewell. Enjoy the football, Premier League, Championship, whatever you watch over the weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video.